Spaceship Music Collective. This is Six Set Bro, a misguided adventure through the social fringe of the music industry. I'm your host, Dom Maple. Welcome everybody to Six Set Bro Live. It's Wednesday, and here's another episode. It's a music and entertainment podcast, you mother lovers, you mother fluffers, and we're all here. It's me, Dom Maple, your host, and I'm joined, like I always am, by my brother. We call him many things. Call him the Hungry Ghost, but we also call him Money Mike.
Hey, what's with our...
Hey, I need to adjust the new
our screen, yeah. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, my screen keeps changing formats. There we go. That's better.
Yeah, that was gonna be a problem for me because my
camera's
not really in a great place to be centered.
We could always just do the camera angle where it's like there's nobody in charge except Andy. Andy's the main man of the show now. And this is what I should do.
I'm so glad he done that to you and not me.
I think this is what I'm gonna do now. So okay, let's start this over again. So welcome to Six Set Bro. I am your host, Dom Maple. Look at me. No. I'm on the big screen now. It's me, Dom Maple. I'm a little indie musician boy, and I'm here to host a music and entertainment podcast talking about international music news, Northern Irish music news, all kinds of news. And I'm also with my brother, like a real brother, like a real DNA, biologically sound brother. His name's Money Mike. And there he is on the big screen.
I feel like the screen switching is like the equivalent of like when those bands do those cheesy big long things where they introduce each member of the band and the instrument that they play. This is basically the podcast equivalent of that.
And on the bass guitar, we've got the one and only Portuguese prophet. And then you have to do a bass solo, and you're like, Andy, Andrew Fernandez, Andrew.
That was too accurate to the Seinfeld thing, so I had to talk over that.
Scooba-doo, booba-doo, 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 booba-doo-doo-doo. Six Set Bro. That's our new theme song.
It's my plain background now.
Yeah, I know.
Like
so,
all the shits off.
Ali got kicked out of the Euros, so...
I did. Me.
He's Portuguese, and unfortunately Portugal are just no longer in them darn Euros no more.
I can still represent England, though. I was born in the UK, I guess, in Jersey.
Andrew, I have one question for you. Is football coming home? Is it coming home?
Possibly. I'll find out. I'll let you know. It's on TV there.
Is football coming home, everyone? Not home.
They haven't left home, so in a ways it's kind of a cheatsy way to do a European tournament. It stayed at home. They played at home. They don't have to travel anywhere.
Football's staying home, like we did for an entire year. I don't know, man.
But everyone's out now. If you see the capacity of the stadium.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I heard about this. I don't really follow football, but yeah, I heard about this whole
even in any sport
thing, loads of people. Yeah, nobody gives a fuck no more. We don't care. It's all over. And that's how we could start on such a high positive note and say that live music returns, baby. Live music is back, everyone.
Only took a week.
For now,
No, I reckon it's back. It'll be back.
And at a moderate level, right?
Yes. Music's coming home. It's coming home. It's not. It's actually going out. Music's going out. Yeah. So I had I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really read this, so I'm reading this for the first time. But the whole live music's back thing is it was 2 days ago or something. Yeah. The 5th of July. So reading this off the BBC News site, it says that music performed indoors will be restricted to an ambient sound level only, with screens placed in front of musicians, the executive has confirmed. No volume restrictions will apply to live music at outdoor events. From 5 o'clock on Friday, the cap on outdoor gatherings will be removed, and from Monday, more households will be able to gather in a private garden. Lots of blah blah blah. Delta variant news. Delta variant, and we'll continue to monitor the situation closely.
It won't. All this the whole screen thing. The screen thing won't last long. It'll be like, oh, this is just for safety, and then it's okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. We're fine. We're fine. That's all good. It's all good. What are you gonna do? But yeah, you know what? It's cool to see because obviously from playing in bands, doing the show and stuff, I follow a lot of different musicians on Instagram, and I didn't even realize sometimes it's just so bogged down with like work or whatever's going on in my own life, and it's like I hadn't really thought of we keep talking about music coming back, and it was just like seeing my story the first day and how many people were just out like playing in the street and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy, and it just I don't know, looked like a good time. I was like, I can't do that. I'll work tomorrow. My friend. I got a baby at home. I can't be out there busking.
You getting a bit of busker's jealousy? Envy?
Busker envy?
Is that a thing?
Busker's envy. I suffer from busker's envy. I just find this on my desk, but I have like a little tiny spanner. I don't know why it's here. It looks like one of those you get in like a Christmas cracker or something. I don't know what that's from, but
that's just in case the wheels fall off.
It always takes me a minute to find the button, which I feel the timing kind of wrecks it a little. So I mean, that's great news to start on. In fact, I mean, we got a whole bunch of positive news to start on. Did you guys see that? We done a whole episode last week on Tyler, the Creator, and his new album. So he brought "Call Me If You Get Lost," the new record. He brought it to Brooklyn, man. He done a live show, and that was like one of those times. It's like, whoa, live music returning. Like, it's all up on YouTube now. I think at the time it was just on Amazon, but I like woke up to all the Instagram clips the next day, and I was like, Jesus, like. But it's like mad. You should watch the whole thing on YouTube, to be honest. Even if you're not that big a fan of him, just to see people going crazy in a very small venue, it looked like a lot of fun. And he was basically like trying out these new songs for whenever he does get to tour. He's just like, I'll see what people like and what they don't like.
I like that at the start. He's like, I haven't done this for like over a year. He says, I forgot some of the lyrics to my old songs and stuff, so just forgive me if this doesn't go great. And then proceeds to just kill it.
Yeah, he was terrific. I mean, I say that whenever I did a live stream not that long ago, and I did forget like all the words to all my songs. That was bad. So like whenever I say it, I mean it, at least, Tyler.
See,
don't say you're gonna be bad and be good.
I was going through Twitter earlier, and there was a Twitter page I follow called Hip Hop by Numbers, and it breaks down Tyler's "Call Me If You Get Lost" debut at number 1 on Billboard traditional album sales chart. So apparently 55K in the first week of pure copies, like physical sales. 40,000 of them were CDs. 10,000 were cassettes, apparently.
What?
And 5,000 were digital sales. Like from like buying digitally.
Oh man, I don't know. What was that
Everything
thing?
else is streaming.
You sent us that thing in the chat. You should probably bring it up because I can't really remember it off the top of my head. We were talking about this in the chat that we have because there was sort of a thing about like in this day and age, success is still measured in album sales, which is a bit weird because the reality of actually selling a physical album is I don't know. It isn't real. Like, it's not the majority of people do not buy physical albums anymore. You still sell a lot, but it's not the same measurement as it used to be. So the weird thing is like, streams count as certain a certain measurement of albums, and Andy sent us this thing because we were talking about it of like what constitutes as album sales.
Yeah, so it says, I'm trying to see the first page of the thread that I sent. So this one? Might be this one. The minimum you'd have to stream an album for it to count as one sale, 625 minutes, so 10.4 hours. Paid streaming service, 1,875 minutes, 31 hours. Ad supported, like YouTube.
Yeah.
Streams count after 30 seconds. You'd have to skip each song at 30 seconds. Okay, so
Yes,
how many
yeah, 'cause-
albums did it say? So
yeah, 30
there's the
seconds count
thing.
as a stream, sure.
Tyler's album would at minimum need to be streamed at 1.25 million hours to achieve his 120K streaming sale first week. Skipping the song after 30 seconds and listening on a paid service. On an unpaid service, listening to each full song, 24.8 million hours, 12.38 hours per album sale, and then it breaks down stupid numbers.
Yeah, I mean, this is like we actually tried to. I remember trying to explain this before, but it's actually a bit like better written out here of why so many hip hop artists release these like chunky old albums, and it's like it depends on the play count. So I'm reading this off of that Twitter feed
and
you were
even,
saying
and even
about.
it says here it's like that's why there's more motivation to put out a 25 song album. One playthrough equals 25 streams.
Exactly. Yeah, it explained it a little better than I did the last time I tried to talk about this. But this is why people do that. It's just, when an album comes out, and generally people are gonna listen to every song on it.
Once,
At least once. So it's like if your album's like 20, 25 tracks, 30 tracks long. I mean, look at just off the top of my head, you got like Drake's Scorpion was like that. Post Malone's Beer Bongs and Bentleys was like that. Like there were so many rappers just releasing these big old chunky albums that I'm like, it's too much. Like usually people write that many songs for a record and then they cut it down to like the best 10 or something. It's just like, no, let's keep them all on there.
So so it's incredibly difficult to get these ratios right. Let's just say one stream of an album equals one sale. Tyler would have sold 9 million in his first week. 150 million streams divided by 16 songs. Album streamed 9 million times in full. I read that on like a Saturday night and I was like, what?
My mind. You're like that meme with all the like equations flying around.
Is it Zach Galifianakis from?
Oh yeah.
Is that from?
I don't even. Is that between two friends?
Hangover?
Is that what it was on? Maybe it was. Oh no, it was on The Hangover. That's right. Whenever he's counting
Hangover?
cards, that's correct. Yeah. Either that or the fucking Terrence Howard talking about Pythagoras. Open up the flower of life and count the strings.
Oh God, yeah.
I've found some. I've made some new discoveries in my personal life, and I recently opened up the flower of life and seen what Pythagoras was searching for all those years. Like, oh Jesus Christ, that's on my like. I have a YouTube meme playlist that's just like the funniest shit I've ever seen, and that is there. That is there
Watch
every
later.
single time. I'll probably watch it later tonight. Every time I bring it up, I gotta go and watch it. It's just because I want to be able to quote that from start to finish. It's fantastic. So other quickie news. Logic. we kind of talked about him going out of retirement the other week, and then it was like, oh, his new single's gonna be called Vaccine, and we were all like, barf.
But then
you
listen
away.
to the song, and nothing is involved with COVID or vaccine, right?
I don't. You know what?
I listened to it and I'm like,
Let's bring up the lyrics because I didn't hear one mention of vaccines. I didn't know I don't know why it was called that other than like, let's just jump on, a whole thing. All right, let's see lyrics. Sorry, I love that it starts out and the first lyric is oh yeah, just me and my dogs, yeah. Give a fuck about what y'all doing, yeah. We going hard all year. Oh yeah, just me and my dog. You get it. Came back to the scene. Came back with a team. Like rap ain't a thing. I'ma do anything. I'm a rap. I'ma sing. Yeah, I'm back as the king. Came back from the trap to supply the fiends. Like. So nothing
Surely-
about vaccines there.
Surely all the ins in there, he could have fit vaccine.
Vaccine.
in there, right? I'm not logic, but what?
Maybe it's like
somebody
some
should have told him.
M. Night Shyamalan shit. The twist is there's no vaccine in the song.
That is a twist.
If Eminem can rap orange with door hinge.
I'm literally like trying to speed read through this and just see. I mean,
Any
I don't
relation
see
to vaccine?
one thing that makes me understand why it's called vaccine.
And I listened to that song directly after I read them Tyler facts, and I was like, it makes more sense the streaming numbers
Then
than
this,
this
yeah.
song. It's like, what is going on right now?
You're like, boo, boo, Logic, boo. You came out of retirement too early, and then you drop it. It's not even that. You know what? Not even that the song's that bad. I mean, it's fine, but it just annoyed me because it was called Vaccine. Because I thought the exact same thing, and then whenever you like sent it to me and said, "Why is it called Vaccine?" I was like, I don't know, because I just listened to it and I'm confused as well. I don't know. Logic's weird, man. But. Oh yeah, just me and my dogs, yeah.
He says a lot.
So dumb, so
says it a
dumb.
lot. He says it a lot.
Just cause I don't know. Be hard whenever you're white and you're a rapper and you gotta, I don't know, find other words that you can't say. Dogs. Me and my dogs, yeah.
Well,
bark, yeah.
He is.
Well, DMX was.
He's biracial.
He is.
Can
He is.
say-
That's right.
He has said.
Whoa. He has tried. Yeah, he's tried to. I remember this. Andy, don't say it. Don't. Somebody cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off. He's gonna say it. Shit. No. Yeah, I remember seeing this thing, and I'm just like, come on, Logic. I mean, yeah, is dad's
Yes.
What? Yeah, he's biracial, and he's just like, I don't know. He thinks that he can just say whatever he wants. I'm like, yeah, not really. I don't think so. I think people will be offended by that. But you do you, man. Saying about vaccines, just you and your dogs, yeah. Balling.
Vaccine your dogs. Oh, can you? Yeah.
I don't know. I remember the first thing about COVID was just like, well, at least dogs can't get it. I remember that being in the news in like July last year, and I was just like, thank God.
No.
Thank the Lord, the dogs are safe.
The first
Me and
thing
my
about-
dogs, yeah. Maybe that's how it's connected. That
Maybe.
is how it's all coming together.
There you
It's like
go.
the dogs are the vaccine, my friend.
Yeah.
First thing
Oh.
I learned about early stage COVID news was the reason for face shields is because you could potentially get it through your eyes. I'm like, oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
you
great.
gotta
That was funny.
close your eyes, sunglasses on at all times. Hey, speaking of racist things, I seen something that was a bit of a goof that I wanted to share with you guys because I thought it was really funny. You might have seen it already. I don't know. I think there's a bit of a meme floating around about this. So there's this actor, right? And I'm not gonna be able to pronounce his last name, but it's like, is it Noel or Noel Google-me? I don't know.
Google me?
Can pull up.
Noel Google me, which you should do because it's quite funny. We'll do a little share screen here if you're watching on the YouTube channel, so I can show y'all. All right, so this guy, you might recognize him, right?
He's from Sons of Anarchy and
yeah.
other things.
Oh yeah.
And other such entertainment. So right, the joke about this guy is that he's always called Hector in movies. Like his character is always Hector, and
He's typecast?
he is very extremely typecast. So like if we just have a quick, I won't focus on this for too long, but just notice that when he's not called Hector, it's still pretty bad. So the first movie 3 Solitude that is announced. He's called Hector in that. He's Julio in that. He's Ramiro in this. But let's count the Hectors, right? There's 1. Let's see. Oh, there's a Juan. Little Hector. There's 2. Let's see. 3, Hustle Down. Or no, sorry, the cleaner. 3. He's Hector there. 3. Anybody want to take any bets on how many I can get there? 3. 4, Ghetto Busters. He's Hector there. 5, Fresh Off the Boat.
It looks like
Hector.
you're definitely gonna get to 10.
He's also...
How long has this guy been acting for?
I know. By the way, if he's not Hector, he is Juan. And if he's not Juan, he is Ramirez. It's just like... Guy's name's Noel. Just like... I'm going to imagine that you don't pronounce it Noel, but I just like that it's...
That's what he was in as well. Training Day.
Was he called Hector in that?
I did see it at the top.
I think it's Moreno or something.
He's just called El Cabron here. El Cabron. I was like, oh, dude. Fast and the Furious, there's Hector in that franchise as well.
And just below it, Retail as well.
Oh, yeah. Hector. it's crazy, dude. It's just like Hope Cafe, Hector. Like, it's so bad. Isn't that crazy?
That is really bad.
Yeah, it's just... I seen a joke about it, and I didn't really understand, and I tried to go into it, and I was like, this is freaking hilarious.
Scroll up.
Like...
Scroll to his picture.
Oh, his picture? Yeah.
I mean,
he looks like a Hector.
I mean,
actor, producer, and founder of independent film company Entangled Entertainment, Noel Guglielmi was raised in Los Angeles and first cast without a formal audition in a Taco Bell commercial at the age of 15. Was he called Hector in that as well? I don't know. That's just typecast taken to the extreme, and I thought that was a funny little goof that I wanted to share. Hector.
I mean, what's he gonna be? I mean, just the thing, just to say it.
If I was Noel, I'd be annoyed by this. I'd be annoyed by this point though.
You don't look like a Steve though.
I know, but he could be.
You can't go in, hey man, businessman, with his.
Yeah, well, you know that he's probably. I mean, just like you look at the guy, and whenever there's a casting call for Latino gangster, it's probably gonna be him. I get that.
Does he accept them all?
Well, he does, but it says more about the writers that all Latino gangsters are called Hector. I was like, he is clearly a Latino man, but his name's Noel. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, at least be imaginative with the name. Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Embarcadero. I'll always get that in there. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, I'm not saying it like they should be doing anything else. It's just a hilarious coincidence. That would be like Tom Cruise being cast in every movie as Steve. Like every single movie is like fucking Steve every time.
Like, why can't Tom Cruise be called
Hector? he could be.
If somebody goes to the cinema and go, "Hey Hector," and you pan to Tom Cruise, you go.
He could be. He could be. Although, well, I don't know. He probably, I don't know. People would get annoyed at that now. People get annoyed at a lot of things. You can't really be an actor that plays a different, ethnicity at all. Like that. Oh, that came out like it was really bad. I don't. I'm not condoning it, but I'm just saying like he can't, in the writing, have a Latino background because like they'd be like, why'd Tom Cruise get that role? Because he's fucking Tom Cruise. That's why he got it. He can get any role he wants, and he's probably probing directors' anuses with what is he into? The Scientology. Forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
But I imagine
I get some of those mixed up as well.
I just imagine that's what they do in there. It's just they all have anal probes. That's all I'm sure of. That's all I'm confident that goes on in the cult.
I learned that from South Park.
I learned that from experience.
Like I'm pretty sure. Like the typecast thing. What's that guy from? I know it's not a like a racial thing, but the guy from Police Academy.
What the
Where
guy?
Oh
who makes
yeah,
all the-
and he just
noise?
always has to do sound effects. Oh
No,
no,
not
yo,
him.
the guy with the
It
funny
goes,
voice. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty good, actually.
That was very close.
That was pretty good. I quite like that.
Like almost in every movie after that, he's always that type of character. Maybe not that voice, but he's always that guy. Like the
Oh yeah, I
awkward-
mean he's
I
definitely.
wonder, does
like,
he even get names, or is he just like credited
the
as guy with
guy.
funny voice?
we need a wacky voice. I know who to call. I forget his name.
But, yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna have to look it up now. Sorry. Well, the thing is, I'm still on IMDb, so you know,
Yeah, I
when
guess.
in Rome, when in Rome.
Gonna be something really, really normal, isn't it? Although that guy looks crazy.
I feel like I know it. Is it not Rick Moranis or something?
no, Rick Moranis is the guy
No,
that done
he's
Honey, I Shrunk the
Honey-
Kids.
yeah.
Ah,
Honey, I
damn it!
Shrunk
I'm
the
getting
Kids, yeah.
mixed up. I am mixed up.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to recognize his picture unless it's his picture from the time in
Oh,
Police
Yeah,
Academy.
just the police car.
How did I forget his name? Because he has a ridiculous name. It's Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh yeah.
How did I forget that? That's like I remember like the time I forgot. I was like, what's the guy called from Jingle All the Way? Not Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's like Sinbad. I didn't
Yeah.
forget that Sinbad. And I will
You're
hold
sitting
up
wrecking your head like, is it Rick? Bill?
Rick something Sinbad Stewart. And I will hold up to this day that Jingle All the Way, right? See that movie? Could be the exact same movie if they cast Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker in those roles. Jackie Chan is he's a businessman and he doesn't have time for his kids. Chris Tucker is the postman. Same movie.
I'd
Same
watch that.
movie. Exactly the same thing. Nothing would change except Jackie Chan would probably
Do his own
better
stunts.
act. Yeah, I was gonna say act better than Arnold Schwarzenegger, but yeah, there would be unnecessary flips and stuff. Just like I don't know, picking up like some inanimate object, like I don't know.
Usually he likes a good ladder.
He does like a ladder, but it's just like just like a fucking
Staple gun.
yeah. I don't know. You guys keep picking like good stuff, and I can't think of anything.
Broom.
My brain's failing me. I wanted to have something really unique, but I couldn't think of it. I've let you all down. I don't know. But
It'll come to you towards the end of the show.
What are
You know
them
what he should have
90
picked
what are
up?
them 90s gargoyle hand puppets? Picks up one of them, can beat you up with them too.
That is very unique. What? A 1990s
Do you know-
gargoyle hand
yeah,
puppet?
It's like the toy Mike. Come on here. Do you know the fucking? You put them on your hand.
Like
they're
a-
like gargoyles. They got tiny hands coming out of their heads. They've got giant eyes.
Oh yeah, I do remember. Whoa, that's a throwback.
I'm gonna call my next band of
Tiny gargoyle hands?
No, 1990s gargoyle hand puppet.
All right.
19.
Now introducing the 1990s gargoyle hand puppets. It would be heavy. It would have to be, wouldn't it?
Them things. Yeah, you got them in the Boglins or something. They
Boglins.
came. Yeah, they came in a. Man,
Oh, I don't recognize that at all.
I
Too young.
think we had one
Probably.
or two.
Whenever
at
you
some
say
stage.
gargoyle, I think of the 1990s cartoon series Gargoyle.
That's actually where my brain went to first, and then he explained it a bit more, and I was like, oh yes, I remember what you're talking about.
I've been watching the 1994 Spider-Man series with my boy. I think he's a little too young for it, but he really loves the intro, and I stand by. I think everybody loves that intro. That intro is kick-ass, dude.
there's no way.
There's
he's
some
too
there's
young
some
for that.
shreddy guitar on that.
Man,
For
do you know who did that? It was the
I feel like you told me before. I'm gonna get myself. I can't remember.
guitarist from Aerosmith. Did the
Oh.
theme song for Spider-Man, and then there's like there's an episode where it's like the symbiote episode, with the Venom suit goes on him, and there's a part where like Peter is like he's using it to change into like a suit and stuff, and he goes, "Oh, I need to dress in something like cool," and it changes him into like the guitars from Aerosmith for a second as a little Easter egg.
Yeah,
And I was like, I
That's pretty
didn't
cool.
get that when I was 5, but I get it now, and it's cool. Oh, speaking of little cool things I found out to do with musicians, it is SGDQ this week. Summer Games Done Quick. I don't know if anybody watching watches speed runs.
I watched the Horizon Zero Dawn 2-hour speed run yesterday.
Oh,
Just
man.
ridiculous.
Me and Sarah had it on every night. Like
That
we
doesn't
always
seem
do.
possible. I played that game. That was
Oh,
a
dude.
big game.
2 hours.
It's all possible
Yeah.
once you see it. I mean, Ocarina of Time can now be completed in under 10 minutes. It's like 9 minutes or something now. It's ridiculous. It's got to a new level. It was already like the weirdest game, like how quick it could be broken, and it just keeps getting quicker. It's like 9 minutes. It's stupid now. But yeah, so we were watching it, right? And we were watching a couple of runs, and they were running Spyro the Dragon, and then the guy that was running it just casually said about the soundtrack, and then it was the soundtrack was done by Stuart Copeland, he's the drummer from The Police. Like the minute I heard that, I was like, what the fuck? So, Stuart Copeland done the
that's the-
soundtrack to Spyro?
Friggin' quiz question for
I
sure.
had to look it up instantly, and I was like, he's right. He's fucking right. And he done the sequel. He done the next one too. I was like,
It
Stuart
sounded like
Copeland?
Michael Jackson had something to
God.
do with Sonic 3.
That's
that's
never
a-
been confirmed.
that's
That's,
a
an
myth.
urban legend.
That is an
which
urban
I
legend.
I love that urban legend.
You listen to one of
I know
some
it
of them
does.
songs and
It
it's like,
so does sound like.
I know,
that Billie
hard to
Jean?
tell.
How did they make those 8-bit things, those songs so catchy? Like,
Yeah, but also the being of your life. If you ever
Yeah.
had a level you're stuck on and you're just like, that music, man,
yeah.
it haunts me.
Oh, here. If you are watching that, I don't know if they've done runs of this recently, but I've lately got really obsessed with Hollow Knight. So watch out for a speed run of that, because that game is absolutely deadly, and I'm trying to platinum it. And I'd love to see somebody like just completely demolish it in like probably 10 minutes or something.
Dude, it's crazy. I don't know. I love speed. Like I can't remember how long me and Sarah have been watching that for now. It's just years and years of us watching these. There's one at the start of the year called AGDQ, which is Awesome Games Done Quick, and then in the summer they do Summer Games Done Quick, and they raise all this money for Doctors Without Borders, and it's amazing. Like they pretty much raise like around $1 million like every single time, so that's like $2 million a year at least they do for those charities, and it's crazy. It's so much fun to watch. But yeah, it's I'm trying to remember what ones are coming up that I want to see.
Well, I
we-
seen the Horizon Zero Dawn one last night. It wasn't part of SGDQ, but I did see somebody do Max Payne 3 in an hour and 20 minutes.
Funnily enough, we were watching Max Payne 2 last night. It was on SGDQ.
I like watching the Bloodborne ones and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna go through this game without getting hit, and you're like, what?
Yeah, can you not, guy? It all depends on the runner as well. Like we the Spyro run was pretty funny, man, because the guy just, there's a certain type of streamer where it's like they just don't shut up at all. Like they just can't stop talking. No, that guy was pretty funny because he didn't shut up. But I liked him. He was okay. But there's this Scottish guy, and he runs Sonic, which is so coincidental because he talks so fast. He actually sounds like one of those, you know, whenever you watch the late night TV and it's like there's the crossword puzzle up and some guy just keeps talking because he has to not have dead air. And it's just, he's running Sonic and he's just like, you know, okay, we're going to go through this level and, oh, here we go, round the loop. And it's just like, he doesn't shut up. And I was just like, you got to stop, man. You got to stop. They need to read out donations. He just like...
What's the guy that plays Mario? He's pretty chill.
Oh,
Was he the Mario?
Big John. Big John's cool, but I think he got banned. To be honest, you see, if you watch any of the GDQ events, there's so much scandal. There's a lot of cringe, but there's a lot of scandal too. As far as I remember, right, and you can look this up because it sounds like a lie, I think Big John got banned because at the end of his last Mario run, he brought a copy of Mario Golf with him because they've never ran it and they won't let him run Mario Golf, and he keeps saying that he wants to, and he like held it up to the camera and he's like, let me run this, they won't let me run this, and they banned him like forever. I was like, what the fuck? But man, there's been so many. Me and Sarah have been witness to like a guy was having an affair with another guy's wife, and then he dropped like a comment in the donations and made this like sort of
showed me that
comment about his wife, and I was like, holy
pretty
shit,
cringy sometimes. There is definitely some soap opera drama
dude,
always goes on.
I'm not trying to sound judgmental here, because speedrunning is kick-ass and I love it so much, but at the same time, a lot of these guys are so fucking dorky, and you're just like, how are they getting involved in so much like
cutthroat
affairs and
you know
getting
what it
banned
makes
from
me
events?
think of? It's like an extension of that. This is like a real odd reference that I know not many people have seen this documentary, but you've watched it with me, that King of Kong
oh yeah,
documentary about the speedrun.
There's an underbelly to the gaming world.
God.
King of Kong is fucking great. Yeah.
Honestly, I would recommend anybody watch that. That's into like the Office style cringe humor, because it's a true story. It's a true documentary that is like so crazy you couldn't make it up. But
Goddamn Billy Mitchell.
Man.
Billy Mitchell.
And his hot sauce empire. Nobody knows what we're talking about. Man, it's just, who knew there was like a seedy underbelly to the gaming like community, like the high scorer and speedrunning community. It's ridiculous. There's so much drama there. Like there's so much like, I don't know, clickiness and stuff. It's really friggin' weird.
Do you know
But
that
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
keeps it interesting.
Yeah.
I don't watch the American Office, but I do know the meme of Steve Carell when he's got long hair, he's got a bum bag,
and he's shaking hands with
that's Billy Mitchell. Oh, damn it, you can't see.
Oh yeah, there he is. There he is.
It's basically the same thing.
His tie was the American flag, ladies and gentlemen. Put it like that. And he used money that he earned to build a hot sauce empire or some shit. I don't know. He's a weird dude.
And tried to hijack the guy that was only doing it for fun, and just so happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, go watch it. Go watch it.
Yeah, that is a great documentary.
It's a whirlwind of emotions.
It really is, man. It gets you really upset and stuff, and it's just about the Donkey Kong high score. That's all it's about. That's all it is, man.
Credit to the documentary filmmaker for making it so like engaging or something. Like you're sucked in from the start.
But to bring it back to like a musician standpoint, it's because of the guy that I think the story is like, I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I watched it, but get laid off from his job or something. He ended up with all this spare time. This guy Steve Wiebe, and like he played piano and stuff. Like he was really dexterous with his hands and stuff. So he ended up getting addicted to playing this Donkey Kong machine just to do something with his time. And then you just want to root for him. He's the underdog, man. You just want him to do well. You want him to get a win.
He played it just as much as Chandler played Miss Pac-Man in his hand.
Yeah, the claw. Man, right. So, well, that was way off. I don't know.
Hey, man.
I don't know why.
For us, pretty standard.
To be
I don't
honest,
even know how we got there, but
I don't know why I always say this, because it's not an overly structured podcast. I'll be honest, people. I mean, you've been watching it for long enough. I come in, I got a couple of notes here, and then I just talk for a while. We're just chatting. We're just welcome to Bro Chat, and that's
that sentence. Yeah.
That was kind of like a sex line or something. Welcome to Bro
No,
Chat.
you should have just left it so foreign. That sounded like a sex.
That sounded like a sex. That sounded like a sex. Right. You know what? We were so far. Like I had taken.
What is the date? Is it July 5th?
It's July 7th.
Do you have that wrench from earlier? You know, the one for whenever.
Do you want me to put the wheels back on? I'll put the wheels back on. You know what we'll do? Commercial break so we can compose and then come back. That seems like the only way to do this. The only way that we can do this properly. If you're in the comments and you gotta pee, go and pee. If you gotta poop, you probably won't make it back in time. I'll be honest. That's not a lot of time. It's a 3-minute commercial break. Go get a beverage.
I'll be doing that.
That's it. Ads.
Hey there, fresh-faced creative in a youthful advertising demographic. Does your reading material have a distinct lack of cultural nourishment for your slowly decaying, malnourished soul? Stop! Put that garbage down. Everyone knows you shouldn't get your news from old mediums like paper. That's 2/8th century. Plug into the information superhighway, loser, and read a zine. It's like a magazine, but without all that dumbass paper. Read Stranger Days, the arts and culture e-zine. It's got music, comedy, art, poetry, tarot cards, cinema, Year Spaceship, comics, podcasts, and Jim Carrey. Read Stranger Days now, because between you, me, and your trusty canine companion, we know fluffy cuddles and e-zines are the only way to push back the existential dread slowly consuming your every waking moment. Hold back the darkness today with Stranger Days. Available now at strangerdays.wordpress.com.
If you want to wrap your ears around all the music we've been talking about on the podcast, we run a special playlist over on Spotify. It's called Distant Sound Waves. Here over at Six Set Bro, we always thought, well, what's the gosh darn point of doing a music podcast if you can't let people hear any music? There is a whole lot of legal mumbo jumbo and copyright issues that prevent us from actually doing that on the pod. So we thought that was a pretty good compromise. We make a playlist and it gets updated every single month. On the playlist, we have things like all the new singles from local homegrown talent that we've talked about. Maybe some of the bigger artists that we've had conversations about, we'll put those guys on there. Or maybe it's just something new that we stumbled across and we've been talking about on the podcast. It is all there. You can find Distant Sound Waves by searching for it on Spotify, or you can find the links all over our social medias. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I should mention, just after having that little ad break, we talked about the Distant Sound Waves playlist. Definitely get on that now. If you follow us on Instagram, the link is in the bio, and you can hear our last playlist that we put together that was actually like a celebration of 50 episodes of Six Set Pro. So we tried to pick live on the show 15 tracks that really resonated with us that we found through this show. And it's only going to be on for really to the end of this week. And then we'll have the July playlist up, which we'll talk about next week. Another thing that will be disappearing very soon is our Doomsday Collection t-shirt. We only run them for 1 month. And at the minute, we have one to celebrate a single that I brought out with Sarah McCready. And the single is called Rainbow Road, and the shirt is a Rainbow Road t-shirt. If you are watching on the live stream, I will take you to it. You just go to yourspaceship.com, you hit the little menu button, and you go to merch, and you can buy all of our merch if you want to support the show. Rainbow Road is the shirt. It's only going to be there until the end of the week, so if you want to nab one of those, you got to jump on it quick, guys. It's got some of the lyrics from the song on there, and then we'll be changing it to a new design for this month. But there's other stuff. There's other shirts on there. There's the podcast shirt. There's the Year Spaceship logo, some Don Maple, some Hungry Ghost. You know, we got it all. Some Nandez. Look at you, got your own sticker, man. Streaming on Twitch. Yeah, dude.
Stickers.
Got friggin' everything. But yeah, you can get all that stuff. It helps support the show. You don't have to get it. It's just there if you like it. And, you know, the usual subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify. All that stuff's very helpful. I like to throw that in there right in the middle. So, speaking of live music coming back, I feel like I'm doing that segue a lot this episode. I apologize. Speaking of... like it helps bring me into the next thing, but am I actually need to look up the date here. Stendhal is like tomorrow or 2 days away or something like that, right? It's the 9th to the 10th of July, Stendhal Festival. Yeah, I am right. Sorry, I'm just looking at the lineup right now. It's weird that we like. Man, we've been talking about the potential return to live music for so long. And then it's like, hey, it's here. and
Yeah.
here's a festival in 2 days. And I was like, oh yeah, forgot about that. I'm trying to look at we definitely looked at the lineup for this thing before. I know we did. Because there's loads of really cool bands playing
it's
it.
pretty stacked. And so I watch it from afar. Jealous of the Birds, Kieran Lavery, General Fiasco, Joshua Burnside.
Is that all from memory?
No.
Are you remembering all this right now? Because I'm on the website and I couldn't find the lineup, and I was just like, I can't see your face right now. I had to click back on. I was just like, is he just remembering all of this?
No.
I definitely can't remember that.
I got the poster.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. How did you get the poster? Why can I not get the poster? I went on and I was like, music lineup, July music lineup. I'm not gonna lie, Stendhal, this is a badly designed website.
Really? Whenever I clicked on that exact same spot, the poster's on the right?
Yeah, no. It's my fault. I'm dumb is what happened. And I thought I clicked that button, but I clearly didn't. I'm on it now. Oops. Sorry, Stendhal. Your website's really good. It checks out. Yeah. Oh, General Fiasco. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you already talked about it. New pagans.
Yeah, there's so many on there we've talked about. There's Sherm on there as well. Joel Harkin, he's great.
Danny Larkin, all the Larkins, really.
Enola Gay is there too.
Harkins and Larkins.
Dark Tropics, Rebecca Fitch, Beauty Sleep. Like that seems like a pretty good start back for live music.
Don't play too loud though. You're gonna.
No, it's alright. It's
outside. It's outside.
Free for all, man. Free.
You can do whatever the hell you want. It's like the purge outside now. Just do whatever. The government said you can. It's like, what is it? Murder? Go for it. Go for it. All restrictions lifted. All of them. Even the ones before COVID. All restrictions. Yeah, so, man, yeah. It actually has a timer on the website. It's like 1 day, 14 hours, 31 minutes and 57 seconds, 56 seconds, 55 seconds.
Does it say anything like capacity-wise, or
does it say what?
Does it like capacity, like how many? No, it'll just be.
No, I mean, I guess they probably had so many tickets, so they're probably just not. It's probably just whatever they sold. I guess like they probably had a limit, but they're just not really. I don't know, pushing it on the advertisement. Probably don't want to freak people out with it, to be honest. But
I mean, if you're going, I doubt you'll be getting freaked out, though, right?
No, well, it's just look, I think we all thought it would go this way, anyways. But we talked about how many potential regulations there could be. There could be like, do you need to show that you're vaccinated? Do you need to like wear masks? Do you need to do this and that and whatever? But it just seems like no, you just go do it, do the thing. It's all normal. Because it's only the indoors one that has the screens up in front of the musicians. So, like, outdoor festival is just a normal outdoor festival, which is probably better because I think all that stuff would have been very expensive for people to run and complicated and cause a lot of controversy. And it's probably easier just to do this, I suppose.
How about all outside at the end of the summer?
Yeah, it's outside, and the COVID floats up in the air. The COVID floats
We'll go
up.
outside. I'll see you in November outside for a gig.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see by then. Hopefully not. I don't know. Where it's just like you see all this stuff. It's like restrictions lifted, live music's back, and then I turn on the news and it's like we're in the fourth wave. And I was like, what? What is it? Is it good or bad? What is it, Boris? I don't know. I mean, he's not the man to tell me. I know he's not. Free Britney, am I right?
I know. That's still going on. That's freaking insane.
Couldn't free Britney, but we freed Bill Cosby. That was something that happened.
Yeah, that's an interesting
I read more about that. So apparently there was a deal that was broken. Yeah. Did you read about it?
Yeah, it's pretty much
it was a technicality, wasn't it?
It is a technicality. It doesn't mean like people are like, he's innocent. It's like,
no, I know.
Nope.
It doesn't excuse. The thing is, his legacy's tarnished. No one will remember him for his comedy. They'll literally just be for that thing. So his legacy's tarnished, ruined. So
yeah. Although I did hear like there was meant to be reports although I'm very aware that this could just be fucking Hollywood rumors or whatever, but he was only meant to be out of prison, and there was talk of like him trying to arrange a comedy tour, and I was like, is he out of his mind? And like, there's no way that he could think that's a good idea, right? I don't know, but he thought other things were good ideas that clearly were illegal. So I don't know, can't trust him. But yeah, I just seen that on a tweet, and I was like, that's kind of funny. That's the only way you can laugh at such a horrible situation. It's like, can't free Britney, but we free Bill Cosby. Close enough, you know?
Yeah.
Close enough. That's what you wanted, right?
Insane.
Yeah,
Anyways.
it is insane. It's just weird how many people are just like, they haven't looked at anything to do with it, and they're like, it was overturned, man's innocent. I'm just like,
Yeah, yeah.
no. No, it just
They're
seems
just
like there was some sort
assuming
of
that, yeah.
weird technicality of why he
The
can't be
justice
arrested.
system always works.
Plus, he was only like charged with one of the cases of like the 60 women or whatever that came forward. There was only one of them that went to trial. So it's like, I'm sure somebody else is going to take him to trial. Like, there's no way. Like, it's gonna happen.
Do you know what this means that we're talking about Bill Cosby? Do you know what this means?
What?
Hey, local musicians, do something. Do something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Do something, dude.
You know what? Let's actually talk about local music. Welcome to the shout out segment. I got some music to talk about. Can you imagine?
Yay.
Yeah, man. I actually found some cool new music, and you know, first of all, I will shout out the following, which is always Chord Blossom, always good. Follow their playlist. Managed to find stuff on there. Stranger Days that we run the ad for. I found some stuff through there, and Dig With It, which is another magazine, which you can follow the page on Instagram, and they release like physical editions and stuff. But I had to flick through some of these just to find some stuff, and I came together with a little list of very cool songs that I would highly recommend people listen to, that I'm actually really enjoying at the minute. So we'll start off with an artist that we talked about on the show before, although this is honestly my favorite thing that she's done, and that's ROE, which is ROE, by the way, if you need to spell it out, just in case you think I'm talking about rowing a boat or something, because that's ROW, right? So no, it's ROE, and I don't know why I'm really focusing on the spelling. I'm sure you would have got it. ROE released this new song called Cruel, and it's really not what I was expecting, to be honest. It's like the minute the guitars hit in the start, I was just like, oh dang, guitars, like rock and roll guitars. I didn't see that one coming. Not that I've always quite liked ROE's music, but you know, there's usually a lot of synths and piano and stuff like that.
She does a lot of the drum pad stuff and all, because she does that live, which is very, very cool too. Like multiple things going. I don't know how her brain works that way, like watching her play live.
The live,
like doing a bit of drums, a bit of guitar, and singing.
Yeah, the live show is always like, you know, she got a guitar around her neck, she's got the drum pad in front of her, and it's like a bit of everything. Plus the vocals always like completely on point. But she has this song Cruel, and it's like, I don't know, man. That's so selfish, but I want more of that stuff from ROE. This is my favorite song she's done. I really love the single. Super catchy, like everything she does, but I don't know, there's something just about those heavier guitars that came in for me, and I was just like, it's very energetic or something like that, and I don't know, I'm all about it. So I would highly recommend that. Who else have I got here? So there's this is an artist or a band, right? This is one of these things where it's like, I haven't heard anything about these people. I found them on one of those playlists I was talking about and listened to the song, and I was like, Mike will like this song. Like, it was one of those things where I was like, straight away, Mike will like this. I don't know anything else about these guys or guy or girl or whoever. But the artist name is Won, which is like WOHN. Okay. And the song's called Get Away, Stay Away. And it's like got that sort of like, you know, the 80s post-punk like chorus on all the guitars, Cure-esque vibe going on with it. And
sign me up.
Yeah, I'm
in.
like Michael B. all about that. So Juan, Juan, like that actor that I was
Yeah.
talking about,
Hector?
Call
Hector.
back.
Name change. Let's call him Hector. Get Away, Stay Away by Juan. Juan. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I'm really pronouncing the H. I'm sorry. It's just John with a W. Okay, and yeah, sort of. If you like The Cure, I think you would be into that. That would be my little suggestion. Mob Wife. They've got something a song called like Why Can't I Speak Tonight? Mob Wife. They have a song out called Petri Dish, which I thought was a really cool name for a song, by the way. And yeah, it's kind of what you'd expect from Mob Wife, man. It's heavy as fuck, and it's I don't know. There was something about the culmination of like hearing that live music's back, and then hearing this song, and like the image of people like thrashing around a room kind of comes to mind immediately, and I'm like, yeah, that's
For it.
yeah, that's gonna be fun. I won't be there. I'm too old now, and I will be sitting way off to the side. But other people will be having fun in that mosh pit. I just don't want to hurt my sciatic joint.
I've never been part of a mosh pit or any sort of pit.
You haven't lived, man.
Any sort
You
of
haven't
pit.
lived.
Ever been in a snake pit? Mosh pit? Arm pit?
I never seen the appeal. I love the music that goes with it, but I've never seen the.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something like I don't know. I've been in a few. But they're equally terrifying. It kind of depends on the type of person you are. Yeah, it depends on
Some
the
are
pit.
more welcoming than others.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
I'm always off to the side, just listening to the music,
Yeah.
not getting smashed about.
Well, that's me, Noah. That's me, Noah. So Mob Wife, Petri Dish, get in the mosh pit, or sit to the side if you want to, keep your bones safe. Really good song though. Lemonade Shoelace.
Nice.
Hilariously cool name, by the way. I'm gonna say that I'm having a hard time remembering where I'm getting these people from, but I want to say that was from Stranger Days, I think. Anyway,
I think
It
I
mi-
did see them on.
it was either Stranger Days or Dig with it. It was one of those. I don't know, but doesn't matter. Lemonade Shoelace, a single out called Autopilot Paradise, and it's I haven't really heard something like this from NI before, or from I don't know. I just really haven't heard it around here. It's kind of it feels a little Americanized a little bit or something like that, but it's like this synth sort of summer happy. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a band to compare them to. It's very difficult, but like when I say them, I think it's one guy, to be honest with you. I don't know, maybe a little like Foster the People or something like that. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that came to mind. But there's something really like a real good happy summer vibe to it.
Oh, that's way off.
Yeah, maybe not as weird as MGMT.
Yeah.
Like they get into some weird shit, but I mean, I could see a slight comparison to it. But it's very big, it's reverby, it's synthy, it's happy and summer-ish. Lemonade Shoelace. You're not gonna forget that name.
That's a good name to go alongside. What did I say? Goblin hands or something?
Tiny goblin hands.
Tiny goblin hands.
I'm calling that a song or starting a side project.
Tiny goblin
I don't know.
hands.
Was it I can't even remember now. I thought it was 1990s gargoyle puppet hounds.
1990s.
Tiny gargoyle hands. Yeah.
Tiny gargoyle
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, that's what I took from it.
Yeah. Tiny little gargoyle hands. And then just on a like a different kind of shout out, because I just heard it on the way home and I was like, man, that was freaking dope. Biffy Clyro covered Metallica. Holier
Is
Than
that
Thou.
part of the Is that part of that thing Metallica are releasing? The
Yeah.
anniversary where they're getting, because I know Miley Cyrus has done a song. I know, oh man, yeah. There's like a bunch of artists that are doing this where they're releasing. I don't know when they're releasing it, but yeah. Is that part of that? I'm assuming.
Yeah, because there's they also released the like studio demo version of Holier Than Thou as well. But the Biffy
had that.
cover, man, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I was like, I never really thought about wanting Biffy Clyro to cover Metallica before, but it's good. It's a good thing that happened, and it's kind of an unexpected crossover that I didn't know that I wanted so much. But like that's all I got for shout out. You guys got any shout outs?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I don't have music shoutouts like as in releases or anything, but I just wanted to say for anybody listening to the podcast that hasn't actually seen it go up, the NI Music Prize, and if nobody's aware that you can do this on your own without somebody having to do it for you, the NI Music Prize, they're going ahead with it again this year. You know, all best laid plans and everything. Hopefully everything will be fine to do it by then, but the submissions for best single and best album are now open. So I would have to scan down through it, but Stu's has it up. If for anybody that's watching the video podcast, he has it up there. If you go onto the NI Music website, it will give you all the details. But if you released a single or an album in a certain space of time within the last year, they'll give you the exact dates on the website. You can submit those singles and those albums to be considered for the NI Music Prize Award. Now, obviously, only a small selection get to the very final small list, but at the same time, I would recommend anybody that's put out music in the last year to submit their stuff, because even if you end up on the long list, it's another thing that you can put on your whatever you want to call it, your electronic press kit or your music CV, whatever. It's stuff that you can put at the bottom of your posts, you know, like on NI Music Prize long list, nominated single, nominated album, whatever. So got to be in it to win it. You might as well submit your music if you've released music in the last year and try and get on there. But yeah, it's open now. All the details are on the website, and I would encourage people to do that.
Yeah, man.
So is this to? So is this the put? So bands are putting themselves in for it, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
either bands do it themselves, or like people that have labels will
for it.
submit the songs, or fans of people will submit songs. Whatever. It's basically just an open submission for like any songs that have been released and you think should be a contender in the NI Music Prize. Anybody can go on there, as long as you know all the details to submit the song. You can type it in, submit form, and that's it. And then they go through them all and they listen to them all and stuff. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. I
Wonder
mean,
if
it's
they'll do
good.
Like I wonder if they'll do like a live. God, yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking way ahead from when it's like on.
Yeah, like the award show. I mean, I don't really see why they couldn't at this point.
last year's was a stream, so because they had to.
Yeah.
Because I think at that stage, I can't even remember. Yeah, no, at that stage we were locked down. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So what they had to do was they had to transition, and I remember there were a couple of technical difficulties with the live stream. Sometimes the sound wasn't great.
Is this the one at the OES Center where they cut back and forth? Or was that?
Yeah. So
Yes,
there was
yes.
pre-recorded live performances, which were great, but then there was a bit of issue with the live audio and stuff. But I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was so cool to actually be able to, if you can't make it, because it's only like, I mean, especially now as well, like venues may be smaller capacity, but even at the point whenever it was at its height and there was no COVID to deal with, there's only so many people can actually get in to watch the show live with tickets and everything else. It's like, it's such a cool thing, especially for, it was streamed on YouTube, and I feel like there needs to be a way to get it to even more people. Like the way that we try and do with this show is like try and get the music that's being made here to a more generalized audience, people that are sitting at home. And I think that was the first step of that. The fact that they've now put it online, and it's like, if you can't get a ticket or you don't actually go to the show, you can still sit at home, have a night, and like watch the NI Music Prize live and like enjoy some music that's being made here. That's the first step. And it's like, how do you reach people that maybe aren't aware that it's on YouTube or whatever? But I do hope that if it is going back to being in a venue, that hopefully with them having to do the whole streaming stuff last year, that they keep an element of that. Now I know it's hard because as great as our music scene is, it's it's a very like small, tight-knit community. There's only so many people that are involved, and I feel like they could potentially be stretched thin if you're going back to a full live show that you're putting on, and all sound and stuff has to be sorted out for that. But then you're also trying to deal with a live stream who probably will end up being the same person that's dealing with the live show audio, is also trying to make sure that a stream audio is all going okay. I don't know all the logistics of that, but I do hope that they do find a way to continue doing the stream, as well as if it goes back to live and in a venue with an audience and everything else, because I do think it benefits in a way that, as I say, people that can't get down to Ulster Hall where it normally is, can actually sit at home and watch it too. You know,
they can even go down the road of even if they have to pre-record it, get people down for the pre-recording of whatever music performance is going on. You know, like it's essentially a music video, like the old school, like Simple Plan and all that used to do, where they had the crowd in front of them. And they were playing on like the stage. The
other thing to me that I would think about that is, I don't know, it's obviously at a much higher level than me. People considering what's going to happen whenever things are completely back to normal, say like another year or two or whatever, whenever things are opened up again and it is just back to live shows. The one potential good thing that I can see about doing like pre-recorded live performances, now it's weird for people that are going physically to see that show. Like, I don't know if you could have people still performing on the night as well, but for anybody that is watching it, streaming it, you think about trying to get reach beyond just even our music scene, our country or whatever. The fact that you can pre-record a live performance from a band, you can hopefully make that like one of the best possible performances, and it's only gonna, like, the end goal, the NI Music Prize is trying to showcase like the best of our music scene or whatever, and trying to give it a boost and trying to get it across waters and everything else. Is like the people that win the awards on that night is meant to be like the best of the best that we're trying to send out and go, look at these guys. There's also even more stuff that's being made here, like, you know, rest of the world take notice sort of thing. So like, I don't know, obviously people are gonna like to go physically there and watch live performances, but I can also see the benefit of keeping like a pre-recorded performance.
Yeah, I mean,
if they continue with the streaming, you know.
Yeah, I think what this pandemic and having to stay in and do performances pre-recorded, I think it's kind of brought out the best in televised performances. You know, because you can like even look at the big awards. Like some of them performances were great from sitting home. Like you take like the weekend Super Bowl one, you take like what they done at the BET Awards, Tyler's performance. You know what I mean? So you can have that element with people there, but also it's made for TV, for people to sit at home. I think people have become accustomed to watching from home, you know, TV performances and stuff. So the people that want to go, or even it can even be a benefit of people sitting at home and seeing people at the venue. That also brings some sort of connectivity through the screen as well. It's like, oh, there's people there. Look at the people going wild, blah blah blah.
I don't know. Here's my thinking out loud take, just as it's coming to me here. If you're sitting at home, you're not really getting the atmosphere of getting to go to a live show in the first place anyways. So to me, I would almost rather see a thought out, like, high production value pre-recorded version of the band, like the best of the best that they could possibly be on the night sort of thing, because it's in my living room. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm in a crowd with like all that, you know, hyped up atmosphere, having a couple of pints or whatever. Yeah, I'm sitting at home having a drink and everything else, but it's like you're losing that atmosphere. So it's like, why should it not be? Although
because you're only thinking of you, Mike.
No, I'm just sort of thinking, like, from a general listener, it's like, what is, especially for new bands I'm talking about, you know, what's going to turn me on to a new band quicker? Is it like, you know, a live show recorded as is with all mistakes,
No, well, see,
sound
I
issues,
don't
blah
think
blah blah,
I
whatever.
don't think it should be recorded as is. I think if you attend these things just like a music video shoot, there will be cuts and stuff. The best performance will be televised.
Yeah.
But even better for smaller bands, if you're looking and you've never heard of this band before, it goes, oh man, look at the crowd that's going to this show.
Yeah.
You know, if like, say I've never seen a band, I see them perform on TV. There's a sea of people. Well, I say a sea, a puddle. If it's like a small venue, and it's like, oh, look at these, they've got a good following. Then you go look them up, and then it's like, so that's where I think seeing a production, if you're there live, it's a production and there's cuts, but the finished version that goes out on TV is the polished version. But yeah, from an outside source, you're like, oh man, the crowd, cool. You know, so I don't know.
Unless you come to my show.
And it's right there. It's like right in that studio, right there.
There's nobody in my shows. I was like, if they film my show, there'd be nobody. And then nobody come to see me again. At least beforehand, they're like, there might be people there. And then they get there, and then they're like, damn, I'm the only person here. Like, fooled you. Fooled you. Now you gotta listen to my songs. You douche.
Yeah.
Lock the doors. Lock the doors, buddy.
It's a shut in. Nah,
Just
but
shut in.
I think any form of performance should have, well, by choice, obviously, should have a live crowd at it. Because again, for the artists can perform different as well. Like, could you imagine Tyler doing the Amazon thing with no one there? There's no way he would just randomly tell stories and get like them little hype bits and stuff. So, and then that added to the home experience.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it was a unique thing. Although Tyler can kind of do both as well. He done the BET Awards that, I mean, I think there's people at the BET Awards, but like, I mean, the camera didn't really show it, but it didn't matter because the visual was so freaking cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was production value. And then it's like, then he went and done the, here's me performing with nothing. Like, nothing at all. No background, no instruments, no musicians. It's just like the backing track and him, and man, still awesome.
And that's what I think. And that's what I think. Again, the silver lining of this pandemic is now people are open to both. Whereas before, people were like, why do I want to sit at home and watch this movie? I'm like, a movie or song or whatever, the live performance. It's like now people are used to the choice, and it's just going to benefit everyone because you get the people that go live, and then you get the people that have put the views up on streaming platforms.
That is my main point. That I hope that because they've only had to do it 1 year where they were streaming it live on YouTube, so they've obviously learned lessons from that, and they've learned how to do that because it went very well for, like, I don't even think they got that much time to organize the fact that was a gear change. That was it was gonna happen live at a venue, and then it ended up on YouTube as a stream or whatever. But they've learned a lot from that. So I'm just hoping that because venues are open again, that they don't go, right, well, we don't do the stream stuff anymore, because
that would be stupid. I personally.
My worry is that it might not be we want to do this. We want to just get rid of the streaming again and go back. It might be a like capacity issue thing. It's like we don't have enough people to pull off these two separate things, which kind of require the same sort of skill set. You know what I mean? It's like you could be pulling it. I don't know. I honestly don't know the inside out details of it, but you could be pulling away like the sound guy that actually deals with live sound to go, is this also going to come over the sound? Is it going to come over to the stream okay and stuff? Like, you need to make sure that the sound is okay on the stream, but also on the stage as people are watching it, Well,
this is where you can have. This is where you can have, like, surely award shows know, that they know who's going to be performing. Like, by the time they're organizing it, that you'll know what nominations are going to happen, what performers you're going to have. Like, they could pre-record
pre-record, let the live show be the live show so people see that, and it's like all you have to have live on the night is presenters presenting it, and then
you
it
can
cuts
still have
to
artists live, but you can also have segments of pre-recorded stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just opens the show up like.
I just want it to stay on YouTube is the main thing. Like if it does go back to venues, that's what I'm crossing my fingers for, because I do think it will help. Even if I do end up down watching it live, it's like I'm sort of thinking, oh, it's out there, and hopefully other people can pick it up that can't get down to watch it, sort of thing. Yeah. And I do think that's important, because like it's only a small amount of people can fit into the building, and it's like there should be so many more people that are actually hearing music that comes from here.
Because I guarantee, if you went down there live, but they were also streaming it, you would go back to the stream and watch it.
Yeah.
So now more than ever, there needs to be a place where it's there to be seen at any point. I get the live, the unique experience. I was there live. Nobody else was there. This unique experience. But I think now, I just think you need to have longevity is the thing. And if something is on the internet,
you can go back and watch it at your own leisure. No matter
how long it takes, exactly. Some people always come back to it. So
yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. I kind of agree. I didn't even really need to step into that conversation. But I just kind of sat here.
We were just kind of talking it out there. It's actually, we got into actual proper music discussion there for a second.
I'm not gonna lie. It took us
a while to get started tonight, but
while you guys were talking, I was submitting my single to the NI Music Prize, like for real.
There you go. Why not?
Yeah, baby.
Is there a criteria, streams, or literally can I make a song and go, oh look here, can you put this?
Yeah, well, there's only one thing that I don't really know if I'm providing them with the right thing, but there's a thing that says for your entry to be eligible, you must provide a link to demonstrate its official release as a single. So evidence can be a link to press coverage, website or social media press announcement, or online review that shows month of release or similar.
I don't know. The way I released mine could be technically hard to put up, because it would look on paper like I'm putting Stu's single up again.
Well, you can do
Spotify link.
Though.
Yeah,
you could do that and say I'm uploading it as a fan, even though I'm on it.
Put it this way, I unless they've changed it from last year, I'm pretty sure like it doesn't have to be super official, that link that you're talking about, if you know what I mean. Like, so what was it, like a press release or a review, or
no, it doesn't even say that. It says it need to demonstrate its official release as a single, so evidence can be a link to press coverage, website or social media press announcement, or online review. So I don't really know. Although
I think what that is proving the date of release. So like even if you just announce this is my single coming out on such and such on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, link to that post. That's the day that it dropped or something. I think that's what it is. It doesn't have to be a proper like typed up press release.
I don't know. I just linked to the video of me reacting to Across the Line, listening to it, and I was like, that's sufficient, right? Yeah. You can tell that they listened to it on that date, and it was released as a single, so it's all right.
I think that's what they're getting at, anyways.
Yeah, I think so, anyways. But yeah, so that's what I did with that time. I kind of didn't listen. I just uploaded my single for NI Music Prize.
Yeah, but it'll be so when's the actual show again? Sorry, when
it's November sometime.
November?
I think it's November.
So the closing date for submissions to this thing is 5 p.m. on Monday, 26th of July, which is my wife's birthday. Not at 5 p.m. or anything, but like that day is her birthday. We don't have a time for her birthday, just in case you're wondering. And all eligible singles will be added to the website by Friday, the 30th of July, and that will be the
longest. Have two venues, both with live performances in them.
Andy with all the wild ideas here. I need to get you on the board of.
Have one at the OES
Music.
Center and a stream from the Empire or something.
Yeah, don't they
It's
usually
usually
Ulster? Hall?
Ulster Hall because
Oh,
it's
whatever,
like
yeah,
one of the
whatever.
biggest capacity venues that there is apart
Well,
from the
I mean,
Odyssey.
If we're thinking November, they might restrict stuff again. People indoors.
Yeah, that
Capacity
could
doesn't
be an
really
issue.
matter,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Potentially.
But like, have like, just multiple.
I do agree though with what you guys were saying. Is like, you know, if it's a televised thing, like if it was or streamed like on YouTube or whatever, I do think there's potential for
it also
like,
makes it a bigger deal.
it does,
Yeah,
and
that's
you
true.
know,
That's also true,
it's gonna make it seem like a big thing because unfortunately a lot of people in the music industry are the only ones that know that this thing happens, and you know,
And that's
it's a
my
big
problem
deal.
with it. It's like, yeah, it needs to be like even I again don't know how all this works. Like, but I mean, we have a channel that does local stuff. Like, why is it not on UTV? You know what I mean?
Yeah, why is it not on
this-
UTV? Why is it not on NVTV? Like that's the even more local fucking TV show. It's like surely it could be televised somewhere.
Yeah, you would
Or
think.
or are they worried that people wouldn't go? Because people will definitely still go, and it's like people just don't realize that it's like, you know, they have this award for like amazing local talent. It's like, man, you know, Gary Lightbody's been there.
He was there.
Ash has been
accepting-
there. Like, I mean, there's all these really famous bands who have came up through like Northern Ireland music, and it's like they're there to do this thing, to do this show, and then we're trying to bring up the next generation, and it's like, hey, you gotta appreciate
put
this.
it on the
this
flipping
thing.
TV for
I know,
for
put it on
normal people to watch.
Not fucking TV, guys. What are you doing? Instead, we're watching. I don't even know any other shows in Northern Ireland. I don't know. We don't have any shows. We don't have anything. We don't have any shows.
Is Line of Duty from here?
Kind of. They film stuff here, I believe.
They're probably literally they do show like friggin' TV shows like where there's like old farmers freaking taking people around like old historical sites in Northern Ireland and stuff. It's like, why is that on TV? But yet the NI Music Prize is not.
Should be
People
some.
love farms, dude. People love
Should be.
farms.
But yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to see a well-produced live end-of-year music award show. That needs to be the focus, I think. We've
Yeah.
done live in person for so long. Now the opportunity for here, and I can take this. I've been saying this for months as well. I can take this to bands and artists. You can go do your live shows. If you don't fancy doing a live show, but you've got a small fan base, you've got an audience, do it from home sometimes. You know, people have got the gear to do stuff from home and then go to a live gig. You know, work between the two mediums. Just anyway, just throwing out ideas. Sorry, that's even a word of my own.
I love it. So,
I was just gonna say as well, this isn't rock solid yet either, but for people looking to get back to playing live shows and stuff, bands looking to practice and everything else, I don't know who listens and who uses what rooms and everything else to practice in or whatever, but I've been given a potential date of OES starting back for practice rooms of the week beginning the 19th, which is only 2 weeks away. So yeah, if people are looking to get back to practice and stuff, their practice rooms might be open by that week. It's not definite yet, but they're looking at that. So.
nice.
I think
Nice.
I think you'll see more venues within the next couple of weeks, just like flash opening tickets for sale.
Yeah,
all
and we
that
might
kind of
actually have
stuff,
stuff to, you know, talk about on the show instead of Bill Cosby.
No, we still had stuff.
I'll always have stuff to talk about, but I mean, it's not really what we built the podcast for at all. And at this point,
What podcast that goes for a long time really talks about what they started the podcast with? even the
Okay.
basketball podcast I listen to, All the Smoke. barely talk about basketball. They talk
Yeah,
about life.
doesn't
They talk
matter.
about the personalities.
Yeah, music and entertainment. That's covers all bases. And look, you know, if you vote for my single for NI Music Prize and I get to perform at it,
There you go.
I'll do both. I'll bring the live shows back. I'll bring the digital back. I'll perform as a hologram. So that's a guarantee. Like that will
A Vince
100%
McMahon
happen.
guarantee.
That will 100,000,000% happen. I will perform as a
Like,
hologram.
are you physically transforming into a hologram?
No,
or
I'll be in
or
my,
no technology? Yeah.
I'll be in my house. I'll be in my house, but I'll be doing the show from my house. But then a hologram will be projected at the venue.
If live shows come back,
I also
will you do
want
both.
a hologram in the sky just coming from your workshop, just beamed up into the air, so that the surrounding area can see it.
Oh yeah, that would
Do
be.
you have the technology? Yeah.
I can't do that. That's a bit too out there, my friend. That's a little too crazy. But hologram NI Music Prize confirmed. Don Maple. That's all we got for Six Set Bro this week.
No, I asked you. I was like, I asked you a question, and you both just went.
Yeah, Andy was trying to ask a serious question.
Sorry, what?
No, I was
Sorry,
just
go,
talking
go, go,
shit.
go, go.
Even if can't speak. Tumor. If live shows come back, would you do both, or would you just wait to go live? Would you do it from your warehouse in the middle of the woods, cabin in the woods? Or would you just go, I'm just going to perform when I'm ready at a place?
I don't really know.
I know you
I
probably
really-
haven't thought that far, but
Well, I'm just a terrible person to ask because I've never been shy about saying on the show that I don't really like performing live. In general.
even
mean,
in your own space? with
Well,
nobody
I did a
around?
live stream not that long ago and did not prepare at all for it. It was awful. Forgot all the lyrics to all my songs. So it was a shambles. It's funny though. I can do that. I can do this podcast all day live, but performing live, I suck at that. I don't know. There's something weird about performing shows. I don't know. I can never really be bothered with it. But I was like, I wonder, can I just steer into my like anxiety of it and be like, oh, he's so elusive. Like he only plays a certain number of shows.
People do that. Yeah.
And it's actually just because I don't want to, because I'm like, I don't like it.
Well, you
But
can go
maybe
in,
I'll just
I mean,
make that work for me and be like, oh,
Yeah.
he's so hard to get a hold of. But it's just because I'm lazy. I don't want to learn the songs again. I can't remember the words. Like, I mean, I forgot the words of all my songs for my first album because I was recording my new stuff. And then I tried to perform the old songs. I was like, can't remember.
Well, that's what
remember.
I mean. That's you could do like repetition, I guess. You could do like 15 minutes
Yeah, I'd have to practice.
here and there. Exactly. It's like I don't see this thing of like whenever there's a live gig or whatever, artists have to do. Oh, you've got half an hour. It's like, well, what if I just want to do 4 songs? Like, can I not just do that? Like, just
Yeah.
to iron out the creases. Like, I've just come here just to. Can I just do
100%.
a couple of songs? Like stand-up comedians go. I'm just gonna do a small set. I'm gonna do 10 minutes. Instead
Yeah.
of
You
doing
know,
that
I
hour
honestly think-
special, like straight away.
Yeah, you always feel like whenever you're a young band that you have to fill the set length that you've given. But see, at the same time, I think like just play your best stuff and don't feel like you have to fill it out with something like a song that's kind of half finished or whatever, or you haven't got 100% right in the practice room. Definitely like learned that over the years. And 2, you're not going to piss anybody off by cutting a set short, because if anything, the guy that's doing the sound, the guy that's like doing the changeover of everything is going to be like, oh yeah, I love you. You give me extra time to make sure that the next band is on and everything is sorted and stuff. And like people are still going to be there, like whoever shows up, like especially at small gigs, like people are still going to be there drinking. You know what I mean? And that's the main reason that the bar wants people there. So yeah, like Stu there, just pouring another
But like the
wine. What you got tonight? Red wine?
Grapes. Grape juice.
Yeah, like I definitely think that's a good point. Is like don't feel like you have to like play like a full set if you're only starting out. It's like,
I mean, the
take the
pressure
show,
to. Yeah.
do
the
20 minutes
pressure-
instead of 30.
Yeah, the pressure for
fine.
like up and coming artists to, or even smaller artists, whatever, to go right. You have 45 minutes. I'm like, man, I want to try this new song. I want to try a different set, different organization of the set. I want to try, I don't know, an acoustic version. Can I not just do like 10 minutes, 2, 3, 4 songs instead of you giving me a 45-minute, half an hour, whatever block? And I'm like, okay, do we have one more? One more? It's like, just flow with the thing. The
I
whole
know it's people plan out their sets too much, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish on this one." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Man, don't. You know what? I'm just gonna break the mold. It's like hire me for your shows, and you'd be like, "Do you want to headline this show for your new album release?" I'd be like, "Yep, put me on." And they give me like an hour and a half, and I play one song. I'm like, "That's it." And then what are they get? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? I don't
You
get
should
paid much
be-
anyway.
you should be the
Fuck them.
Frank Ocean of the music scene.
Oh
like-
well, I would love to be the Frank Ocean of
All
the
over
music
the
scene.
place.
I wish I was that good.
Mystery.
I can do the mystery. Nah,
That's what I was about to
do
say.
the mystery
To
part.
do the
That's
I
what
got that
meant, That's what
down.
I meant.
the musical genius part. No, not so much. Yeah, don't matter. I mean, I got like 2 new songs done. I should probably bring those out soon,
Nice.
and then people might think I am a musical genius.
That might be the amount of stuff you put out is probably the issue you're finding of remembering old stuff.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, it's all I got.
Constantly
It's,
doing new.
it's all I got going for me,
I
dude.
can't
Nobody
even
releases.
remember what songs I put out anymore.
Nobody releases music
Too
like
many.
Don Maple releases music, and I was like, that was my thing. I just keep going, like the Energizer Bunny.
I don't know. I'll tell you the idea I have in my head when we go off.
All right.
I
Is
don't
it-
want anyone else to steal it.
Oh right, okay. I thought it was like maybe X-rated or something.
No. Only fans. Only Stu.
Only. Only Stu. Only Stu. I love it. All right, well, I think that's all we have for this episode, except for I'm pretty sure we're done.
The Liza Rashad album comes out on the 30th of July. There you go. Like,
Oh yeah. What's it called?
House is Burning.
House is burning. Isaiah Rashad. Yeah, I did see that just before we went on.
A Kendrick verse was out in a song called Malcolm. I was gonna link it to you. I should have.
Conspiracies.
There's Kendrick verses out there. So end of the summer, maybe something from him.
Is this a new prediction?
Andy's predictions. Andy's predictions notepad.
Forgot about that.
Andy makes predictions sometimes on this show.
God.
We like to write them down and get the book out.
And get the book.
Get the book out. Andy's predictions 2021. Oh, I love. I forgot this was one.
Oh my God!
Well, Kendrick, have we moved Kendrick? Do I have to write a new Kendrick in? Because Kendrick was late April. He's gonna release according to Andy, and now he's when?
Summer?
End of
I'm gonna
August?
say August, September.
August, September. I'll give you both. That's fine. August, Sept. Okay.
Doesn't have to be an album. It could just be
Anything.
single. It could be the heart or the parts 5.
Heart 5. The Heart 5. No, it was just I laughed because I forgot we added one. And what do you say? By 2026, smart TVs will have Game Pass for Microsoft, and I was like, "Fuck, that's not music related at all." I was like, "When did we write that one?"
Oh,
Can't remember predicting that.
Well, I was
See
playing.
if we're not still going by 2026. I hope you have that notebook somewhere.
Listen,
We
I
need-
was playing Xbox Series X games in the car at work through cloud gaming, so
It's true.
hey, I took my Xbox controller to work.
That's
It is.
badass.
It is too
Try
handy.
it out.
I do remember having Xbox One and playing games on my PC, and it was incredible how well it worked. On the other side of things, PlayStation 4 streaming worked pretty well. Pretty well. PlayStation 5, I the other night tried to play a game from my PC using the streaming, and it was just trash. It was delayed, and the screen was tearing and everything else, and like my internet speed was 100% fine. It's like it just works on Xbox. It doesn't seem to work on PlayStation.
It's because PlayStation concentrating on
The
franchise, first party games
For the
Xbox
gamers.
for the gamers, but not really. And then
Five the
Xbox.
gamers. Five the gamers is our tagline now. High five, PlayStation 5. High five the gamers.
Just another song that I listened to from popular artists, Brent Faiyaz and
Brent
Drake
Faiyaz.
released a song called
Ah.
Wasting Time, so that was a good song as well.
I did
listen to
hear that
that
actually.
today.
The
And I
artwork.
think that is what Certified Lover Boy is gonna sound like.
You
If
think
you listen
so?
to the song, I honestly think that's the direction he's gonna go. The artwork, I know what you're gonna say. Neptune's. Pharrell Williams.
Neptunes, yeah. It was very much the Neptunes.
But I think if you listen to the Drake verse, that is gonna be Certified Lover Boy sound.
I'm not saying I didn't like that song, but I hope it's not that. Yeah, I remember Drake though saying that it's gonna be as polarizing as Views was. Although I remember at the time being like the only
What?
person who fucking loved Views because like everybody hated it, and I was like, this is the best, and so many people didn't like it.
Views is pretty much what Scorpion is, right? Is Views a playlist album?
No, it was an
No.
album. So was
I
Scorpion.
thought it was.
I need
I
to
thought
go
it was a
back and
bangers
dig.
album.
Views was great, but it was like I think it was too. Was it too R&B for people? Too dancehall? Because he had like One Dance and Hotline Bling, and there was a lot of singing. So I think people were just like, it's not a rap record. I think that's why people got so pissed. And I was like, I don't care because I fucking love this
I
thing.
love that record.
Whereas Scorpion, there was a lot more rapping on it. But I don't know. There's part of me is just like I want his new record to be like the latest single he brought out, the Laugh Now Cry Later. Which was, I mean, that was like last year, the last single he brought out, but I lived in that song for months. Like, I love that song so much. Like, I was all about that. But yeah, I don't really know if it'll be on the thing or not, but probably not at this point.
Man, Views was 1 hour 20 songs. 1 hour 20.
Yeah, it was a long record. Like, I wouldn't say everything's great on it, but a good lot of it is. Like, Redemption is one of my favorite Drake songs, and it's on there.
Yeah, that's a good track. Definitely.
See, I think the only reason I say is it like Scorpion is because is it broken up into two sides?
I mean, but this is the problem with the rap records is it wasn't classed as a double album, but it's just whenever people were releasing these like fucking 20 track records so that people streamed it so much.
No, well, I mean, what I mean is Tyler's albums, whatever, 20 songs or whatever it is. But
I think it's not as long. It's not as many tracks. It's like 16 or something like that. But some of them are
but it's
like 30 seconds long. So
but the album's like a story, whereas Scorpion is individual songs, not really tied into a.
yeah, but I mean that's just that's
That's
just
what
a
I thought Views was.
yeah. I mean Views kind of is that too. But I mean that's the problem is like an album doesn't have to be conceptual to be considered an album. I mean, usually they were just your best songs. That's how people used to release records. I'm just a sucker for the conceptual album where there is some sort of center theme that runs throughout the whole thing, which a lot of artists do now. But, like even Certified Lover Boy, I think you hear the title and you'll assume that it'll be more of a chill R&B whatever. It's like, I don't know that for definite, and I'm sure there's not like any sort of central theme to the thing. It's not going to be about one person. It's not going to be about one relationship. But
Certified Lover Boy is gonna be stories of Drake's dates.
yeah, wait, that's every Drake song. That is every Drake song. But
Certified Lover Boy is going to be the male's guide of what not to do.
I love it. Right. I'm gonna call it. We're done. This is the end of a podcast. So it's because we just keep
All
going.
right.
We'll just keep going, my friends, and that's it. That's that over. Go home.
So go home.
Go home.
Haven't used that one in a while.
By the way, I think he's brought up another app or something. Trump has brought like another social media platform, not Twitter. I've forgotten.
So
what it's
go
called.
home.
Exactly.
We don't need it. I don't want to. You know what? I wish he didn't exist. Thanks for listening to Six Up Bro. We'll be back again next week. That's it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Football could be home. Follow us on Spotify. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Buy the Rainbow Road shirt. Is football home?
What's the score? 1 each.
One each?
Ooh. How many minutes left?
Got half an hour left, boys.
Half an hour. Ooh.
Should we
There
stay
you
on
go.
for half an hour?
Start live commentating.
Football's coming home. It's coming home. Football's staying home. It's staying home because of regulations. Football staying home. Staying at home because of COVID regulations.
When did you get that shirt?
This was the one I got from the live gig.
I think you just need to cut us off too, because I feel like we're just gonna keep talking tonight. Just like end the stream.
That's it for Six Up, bro. Thanks. I'm gonna mute these guys now so they don't talk this time. They're muted. They're muted, everyone. Two outros I had to do because they were just talking about, where'd you get that t-shirt, buddy? What's the score of the England match? Nobody cares. Except for England. That's it for the show. Goodbye. See you next week. Next Wednesday. I gotta mute myself. Mute.